and welcome back to Anyone Can Learn to Code. We've been working with all different types of Ruby objects. If you'll recall, these different types are known as classes. Some of the various classes we've worked with include strings, simple numbers known as fixed nums, arrays, and hashes. Now all these classes are part and parcel of the Ruby language. However, one of the most important features of Ruby, and any object-based programming language for that matter, is having the ability to create classes of your own. So we can add new types of objects, like cats, dogs, limousines, and xylophones, in addition to the already existing strings, arrays, hashes, etc. Being able to construct our own custom objects is a great and the primary way for organizing our code when we create more complex and real applications, which can easily contain hundreds or thousands of lines of code. If you are new to programming, this idea will be fuzzy to you now, but will become clearer as we continue. Just know for now that the main advantage for being able to create custom objects is that custom objects give us a great way to organize our code. Let's create our first custom object, which will be a dog. So we will type in class dog end. That's it. The class keyword here says that we're about to set up or define a new class, one that is not previously built into the Ruby language. The next word, dog, is the name of this new class. An important thing to note, which trips up a lot of beginners, is that the class name must be capitalized. Lowercase dog will not work. This can be confusing since the word class here must specifically not be capitalized, but the actual class name is capitalized. And to top off the confusion, when we save our file and give it a name, the standard is to name the file with a non-capitalized word. Let's save this class as dog.rb. We typically save files using the name of the class that they contain. But here, when we name our file, we actually are using the lowercase d dog. It may be difficult to remember these rules at first, but they'll become second nature pretty quickly, and just come back here if you've forgotten them. The end keyword here says that we're done. Eventually, there's going to be a bunch of code that goes in the middle between these two lines, but we've already accomplished a lot with these two simple lines. Let's see what we can do with this class in IRB. Now, to be able to use our new class in IRB, we first need to do two things. The first is to open IRB once our terminal is already in the same directory as our new file. So I've saved this file, dog.rb, inside my Ruby projects folder, so I'll navigate to there. Now I can open up IRB. Once we open IRB, we need to let IRB know about the existence of this new file we've just created. It would be nice if IRB automatically knew about all the files in our current directory, but unfortunately it does not. One easy way to tell IRB about our new file is to use the load command, which works as follows. Load dog.rb. Please note that the file name must be inside quotation marks, single quotes or double quotes, it doesn't matter, and that the name of the file we're loading must match the name of our newly created file exactly, which in our case is the non-capitalized dog.rb. We press enter, it says true, which means it's successfully loaded. Now we can actually make use of our new dog class. Let's briefly review how we've created other objects of built-in Ruby classes. Strings were created by just entering a bunch of characters inside quotation marks, like this. Hello. Numbers were created by just entering a number. Arrays were created by using square brackets, like this. And hashes are created by using curly braces. Now custom objects are created a little differently. To create a custom object, we do as follows. We type in the class name and call .new on it. Note that the name of the class here is capitalized, and then we say .new. This gobbledygook over here actually represents this new object we've created, but you can ignore that for now. Now if you're thinking that .new sounds a lot like a method, it is, and we'll get into custom methods in the next episode. But for now, know that this is how all custom objects are created. Let's create a new dog object and this time store it inside a variable. So let's call a variable puppy and store inside of it dog.new. Now if you'll recall, we can check what class an object is by using the .class method. So with a string, we did hello.class, which tells us that it's a string. We did 23.class, and that's a fixed num. We can do the same with our new puppy. Puppy.class. What class is the object which is stored inside the variable puppy? And it's a dog, which is the new dog class that we just created. So we've successfully created our first custom Ruby object. It doesn't do much yet, but that will change in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Anyone can learn to code.